bong bong bing bing bing. I'm gonna come. Bing bong bong bing bing bing. 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 I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come.
They're still gonna try to launch that nuke.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today on a most momentous of occasions. Nintendo Wii U online is less than 24 hours from being shut down. Now, this also includes the very, very rad handheld system, the Nintendo 3DS. Really, the system that kept Nintendo afloat during a very tumultuous period through their history. So we gather here today on the lesser of those two systems, the Wii U. Still, a formidable and, in some ways, underappreciated console. But in other ways, a console that represents some of Nintendo's most short-sighted decisions. But lest we must move on. Now, it is kind of retarded that they're ending the online, even if this is a console that is now has not been sold for, I believe, close to 7.5 years, somewhere around that neck of. I believe manufacturing ended in the end of 2016, so the better part of close to almost a decade, really. That the Wii U has kind of been a faltering and declining online experience, to say the least. But still, there's always been pockets of support for this system. I'm a proud owner of the Wii U. I received this system at launch. I've enjoyed it for quite a few hundred hours. Probably a couple thousand hours in the grand scheme of things. So, it's a system that I think deserves some positive remembrance. That's how life is, folks. Sometimes you have to just say, I'm ready to move on. And some people like to dwell on the past and like to dwell in negativity. But I think it's always better to just look at the glass half full. Just kind of look at things positively. And I think that's what Nintendo's doing here, right? They've said, this system has ran its course. It's with no ill will, but it's time to hit, the close button on this chapter of their history. And that's, I think, a good life lesson for anybody. It's good occasionally to be introspective and say to yourself, that was fun and all, but it's time to hit the file save and then exit out of that experience. So here we are. Now, just to give you guys a tour, I mean, this is a very bland screen, as of late, ever since they shut down a majority of like the kind of niche, but also I'd say, kind of kitschy, but like also kind of cool online features. You had Miiverse, for instance, which these are just obviously pre-programmed Nintendo Miiverse posts. But prior to that, you'd actually have a bunch of different people online, and you'd see their different drawings, some of which were quite good, many were quite bad, and some of them were just plain weird. But yeah, this was the interface. Now, what you can't see is my gamepad screen. But I can switch them, so this will give you kind of a viewpoint of my home screen. You can see some of the downloaded games I have here. Now, we could take a look at some of this later on, but what I do want to do is I want to go through some of the games that are obviously going to be impacted from this shutdown. The first one, obviously, is what we have in the disk drive, which will be Super Mario Maker. So I figure we'll do some Super Mario Maker. We'll switch over to some Splatoon, because obviously that's a pretty big loss in the grand scheme of things. Obviously there's Splatoon 2 and 3, which are still, online and supported. But still, it's nice to kind of go down memory lane before we move on. So we're going to go to Super Mario Maker. I was never extremely successful with my courses. Although we can take a look at that, we can see where those ended up. I believe one of them was, I guess, more successful than the rest. Let's just put it that way. Course world. All right. And obviously, you know, it's not like the Wii U is going to be dead after this. There's still games you could play, plenty of single-player, local multiplayer experiences. You know, that's kind of the vast majority of what one would do on this system anyways. But like I said, you know, it's still, it's the end of an era, folks. It's a junction point. So we're gonna see some of those some of these courses that will no longer be accessible after, really, I mean, if you're on the East Coast, I believe tomorrow morning. So you start the day with the shutdown of the Wii U and 3DS, and then by early afternoon, if you're in the East Coast, and you're in line of that eclipse, then, oh, well, hey, maybe we spoke too soon. Maybe we spoke maybe this fucking maybe this eulogy is no, there really should be something. That would be funny though if everything was shut down, but oh, okay, there we go. Now we can look at what I've yeah, I'm not really a major success on here, right? I guess, you know, there you go. Robotown, I guess that wasn't too bad. Aircraft, Game and Fun, Pack and Run, Shipyard Fight, Brinstar Nights, Capital Ship Tour, Beware Manor, Ike's Quest. So some, you know, and a lot of these I took advantage of the kind of custom amiibo function that existed there. Shit. I just hit something on my TV. You can probably still see what's going on, though. I can't, because I made a big oopsie. Okay, there we go. So, apparently, Brinstar Nights, I believe this is obviously going to be a Samus, course. Referencing the, quite pivotal location, Brinstar from the, Metroid games. So this apparently is the, of course, it's a Japanese player who's the world record completionist for this. But let's at least give this course of mine. There's the course ID. If you're catching this live or before things shut down, I guess you can pause and experience this. Not that I'm really, you know, fast with viewers right now, but if you are tuned in, I appreciate it. Or if you're watching this archived, I appreciate it. So, yeah, here we go. My name's Ray, folks. I'm, you know, the founder of Team Blather. Channel's technically been around for over a decade. We got originally we were a podcast. Format's change. A lot of those videos kind of ended up in this. But here we go. Alright, that's part of life. Sometimes things just whittle away. You gotta take the good with the bad. That's how I feel. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Let's try some of the whatchamacallit. We're gonna try some of the online courses that I did not make, which I'm going to assume that most of them are a lot better. By the way, let me do a shout out here. If you've watched any of our previous streams, you know, we do have someone that's been part of the channel, Dead Wars 2012. He streams on Twitch. You know, I haven't heard from him at all, but he does have a channel on there. So if you're ever interested in catching up with what he's doing, I believe he streamed recently. But he is Dead Wars 2012. That's DEAD Wars WARS 2012 on Twitch. Shout out to that. Very fine individual. All right, let's go to courses. These look like highlights. Interesting. WarioWare Inc. Nano games. I mean, let's see. This goes back to September of 2015. God, it's amazing to think about how old the first Mario Maker is.
Wow, Mario time.
So, Mario Maker, sort of in a weird way. I know this is cool. Mario Maker, in its own kind of way. If I can find where the pipe is. There we go. It's kind of a spiritual successor, at least in terms of the feeling of Mario Paint. Now, obviously, very big differences in the actual. All right, we gotta do something here. There we go. If you've ever played Mario Paint though on Super Nintendo, that actually will make sense. If you haven't, probably not. Fuck. But, oh boy. Oh no. I don't think we're gonna make it. Shit. I'm a little bit retarded. That's alright, though. Yeah, so Super Mario Maker got a 3DS release, which is really just a port of it. And, the thing is, both of these versions I liked a lot, even though the sequel on Switch has obviously got way more features and, is a superior experience overall. But the one nice thing was with these resistive touchscreens on both the Wii U and the 3DS, it made it very easy to kind of place blocks, where on the Switch app you played it in portable mode, it wasn't too bad, but then it wasn't terrible on the when it's docked, but definitely was not as intuitive as either of the consoles that the first version was on. So let's see here. Global. Let's try an expert course. Alright, this is something from a Japanese player, so wish me luck. We'll see. Shit. Alright, I'm gonna be. This is gonna be like a DSP experience.
I'm pressing the buttons. I'm pressing the buttons.
I love this system. And there's some things about this system that I wish the Switch had. For instance, the virtual console, you have to pay money for the older games, but at the end of the day, you actually, they're not a glorified rental, right? They're downloaded and they're basically a purchase. Where on the Switch, they're basically, a subscription you have to pay for. And if that subscription ever goes away, then what happens to those old games, on the Switch, Super Nintendo app, and N64, so on and so forth. So, also, they kind of went a little bit too ham on the kind of, I don't know. Like the interface of this system, I can understand. Like, yeah, it's not as slick and fast as the switches of other games, but there was something like kind of charming about it. And the thing that really always made me sad was that this system had Miiverse and the 3DS had like Street Pass, for instance. And the fact that the Switch really doesn't have anything comparable, it kind of is sad. Now, I was critical of Miiverse on the Wii U back in the day because of how slow it was, but I still enjoyed it. It's just that I was annoyed by how slow it was. But easy. Let's see. Star rating. Whoa! Alright, speedrun for my friends, 50. Oh, I guess we'll see what this is about. Well, that ended poorly. Alright. Third time's the charm, right? That's what they say. Ah, fuck. Fuck this. I'm sorry. I suck at Mario platforming once it's at this level of complexity, you know. I can get through a Mario game. I love them, but shit. All right, this is a this is impossible. Table tennis, Mario versus computer. Let's give this a view. Okay, this is kind of cool. Alright. This is a tremendous game. Greatest players of all time. We'll do a couple more after this, because I'm more interested in playing some of the, you know, we're probably going to play quite a bit of Splatoon. The thing that really grinded my gears about Splatoon is I was way higher level. Oh, that's so cool. That's actually pretty neat. Right, we got Pac-Man here. It's actually kind of ingenious, you know? Although we did lose our fucking... Alright, just one more. Let's go get that one if I can get to it. I'm a little bit retarded, folks. Alright, I do want to actually play a little bit more of this. Alright, so 1980, obviously the year that, Pac-Man graced the world with its, shit. You know, this should be so hard. This should be harder than actual Pac-Man. It's pretty straightforward, but I'm just, like I said, I'm a little bit retarded. There we go. Alright.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool. That's fucking cool. Alright, 1981. Here we go. Nice. We got some Donkey Kong action. Oh, fuck. Actually, I mean, technically, maybe this is what happened with at the start before Donkey Kong Jr. This is how Mario managed to kidnap Donkey Kong. Because if you guys remember, you know, Donkey Kong Jr. There we go. 1983. All right, we got kind of like a tribute to. Oh yeah, Mario Bros. This is fucking cool. All right. Oh boy. Alright. Okay, at least we hit a checkpoint.
Checkpoint.
Alright. It's been a minute since I've played some Mario Bros, you know? Nice! Okay, that's cool. Nice. Oh boy, I'm getting a phone call, folks. Let me just pause this a second. Bear with me. Sorry about that. Alright, I'm back, folks. That was a quick call. Let's see here. We're going to 1985. Nice. Wish I could say I remember this year, but... I wasn't even a thought yet. Classic, classic. I got some Luigi. Alright. Okay, we're probably going to go down this floor pipe. This is the hidden coin room. Gold Mario, nice. 1986. Okay. We got The Legend of Zelda. It's pretty rad. The creatures in the game are pretty bad. I can't remember the rest of that rap because it was way before I was born, but I remember that ad on YouTube like 15 years ago. This is pretty cool though. This is actually a... I mean, it's obvious that there's a reason why this level has fucking got so many likes on it and plays. I mean, this is pretty fucking cool. $1987. Is this gonna be Metroid? It is. All right. Oh, come on. That's actually pretty fucking snazzy, if I do say so myself. Alright, I don't know what that P-block did. Woo, Zero Suit Samus. Now it's Zero Suit Mario. Shit. Alright. Very cool. 1987, part 2. Mega Man! Alright. This part's probably gonna be fucking challenging. You know, not that Mega Man is really the hardest. I'll give you Mega Man 1. That game is fucking balls to the wall hard. Mega Man 2. Yoshi! Alright. I believe Yoshi's Cookie, right? Was the first standalone Yoshi game. Obviously, Super Mario World 2. Oh yeah, oh Blue Yoshi. Alright. Cool. Shit. You got what is this, like the, kinda like fucking crafted Yoshi and shit? Alright. 1991 Sonic, right? Of course! So, it's so bizarre to see Sonic in this game, but still. Nice. Alright. Sorry. Sorry, Dr. Robotnik. I'm not gonna even fuck with you. Oh yeah. What a fantastic Alright. Come on, that's fucking cool. Very nice. You know, and I think that that's a great level to wrap things up with, you know what I'm saying? At least for this game. Thank you, Super Mario Maker. Thank you, Cheese Sauce. I'm gonna give you a star on that. Enjoy that, enjoy that star. You've got about another, you got another 14 hours or so, I think. Alright, you got some other courses too. Desert Bus! Of course. Deku Dungeon. That looks pretty cool. Let's close out of this. Yes, I'm ready to close out. We'll go to some Splatoon. We'll experience a pretty stable... I mean, I remember Splatoon ran pretty well on this system. Now, I was playing some Smash Wii U earlier, and that fucking game, holy shit. I forgot how trash the online was. It's a fun game. And we will do some online just for memory's sake, but... Yeah, the online infrastructure of the Wii U, let's just say, was not the strongest, you know? That's already pretty well established. Alright, Splatoon time. Which probably out of all the Wii U games that I ever played, I mean, this is obviously going to... Well, you could also argue Mario Maker to some degree. But really, I mean, Splatoon, considering that the majority of what you'd want to do gameplay-wise is online, I mean, this is actually going to kind of suffer quite a bit. And obviously, we've got the sequels on Switch, so it's not like you can't get a fix to Splatoon. But there is kind of, you know, there was something. This was a game that was lightning in a bottle. You know what I mean? This was really, if you think about new IPs that were established on the Switch. I mean, this was it, right? This was the big IP that has, you know, skyrocketed even further on the Wii U. But still, I mean. And you know, the gamepad is a nice feature of this game, but obviously, you know, they've done wonders on Switch. You know what I mean? There's a couple of things that are a little bit less intuitive, like being able to do the launch here from the map on the gamepad. But you know, other than that, really, you don't lose too much on the sequels, and obviously you gain a lot more. But still. You know, there were some cool uses of the gamepad. It's just that, for the most part, you know, it was relegated to either being like a mini map or, you know, in some cases it was a headache. It didn't add, it subtracted from an experience. But I'd say, you know, usually it was fairly harmless. It was just only used really. I'd say it was used well in a few cases, but most cases it's just like, oh, it's cool, but, you know. Obviously, the Switch managed to take some of the elements of the Wii U, but, yeah. I was much higher than level 8 before my fucking... this was actually a couple of years ago, so it's not like I played a ton of this, because by that point, obviously, Splatoon and Switch was a thing, but, you know, I lost my save data, sadly. Alright. Regular battle. You know, there is someone I know that has a Wii U, but sadly it has that fucking weird memory error or whatever that's like kind of fixable, but like in some cases it's easily fixable, in other cases it's like really challenging. And I believe theirs is kind of in a really challenging camp. So it is kind of sad that, you know, they won't be able to fucking experience the Wii U before it shuts down, at least online, but I guess you can live vicariously right now if you're watching. Alright. I never promised I'd be good at this game. See, but like the nice thing is with the mini-map on the gamepad, I can just kinda get fucking wrecked even quicker. But I mean, so far, I mean, look at this is running very smoothly. I mean, am I doing terrible? Yeah. Do I suck at this game? Sort of. You know, funny enough, I think it's because I lost out on some of the higher quality weapons on the Switch There we go. At least it was a kill for a kill. I am doing territory this round. I gotta pick things up. Can't let my honor be so beseeched. I don't think we're gonna win this one. We'll see though. Well, at least I leveled up, you know? Nah, we'll give it a break. You know, the other problem is when you're trying to play a game and then somebody, you know, somewhere else is talking and you can't fucking focus. I don't think it picked anything up, but, you know, because I have pretty good noise cancellation. But such is life. That's part of streaming, you know? So when you tell sometimes, you tell people, oh yeah, I'm streaming, you kind of keep it down, and then they call you, or they just, you know, have to talk loud in the background, but that's, you know, some people just don't have manners. Anyways, you know, I think we're gonna do better this time around. I think we're gonna, I think we got this, you know?
We got it by the components.
But, yeah, this game came out when I was in college, so this is something I played a shit ton of, and you know, I remember I actually had a couple of friends that I transferred to secondary school, but first college I was at, I knew this girl who had she's probably one of the only other people that I knew that had a Wii U, and played Splatoon. We never actually played Splatoon, but we play Smash. Don't get any naughty ideas either, you fucking. You know, too slow. You ever wonder where people go, you know, just like, because people just touch with? Probably, every so often you kind of wonder, like, oh, I wonder what that person's up to. Usually I forget and I'm like, oh, yeah. Every now and then I'll look up there and see, you know, I've been actually talking to a couple people from college days. You know, about where they landed. But yeah, I mean, this game definitely, you know, it was well received when it came out, and it's definitely a fresh idea for Nintendo, which sort of sorely needed something fresh. Now, this didn't save the Wii U, but like I said, it was such a well-received, well-executed new IP. And it's weird to think about Splatoon as a new IP now, considering that it's, you know, we've gotten 3 entries in the series, and it's something that, you know, feels well established at this point, but still on the newer side if I as a Nintendo. We're doing a little bit better this time around. At least I feel like I'm doing better. Whether or not that actually translates into a win, we'll see. Remains to be seen. Yeah, I don't think this is a victory, unfortunately. But hey, you know what? That's part of life. Alright, well, an intrepid viewer told me that my audio's a little bit, too high. There we go. Hopefully that's better. Yeah, you know, that's the thing. Sound mixing is always a little bit precarious when you're going from a different console. Because some of my systems, the audio, like, the way I had it set was, like, perfect for whatever I streamed last, which I'm pretty sure was, like, Xbox, because I did a recording for Resident Evil. But hopefully, if hopefully if you're the person that told me I need to fix my audio, I hope it's better now. I do appreciate though that there's people out there that you know give me feedback on that. I mean, this is not a huge channel, but still, I want things to sound good. So hopefully, I don't know if that's better. Let me know. I can open up chat, I guess, on here. Or we can just, you know, they text me, but... Yeah. Oopsie. You know, I probably should have, like, some type of, IEM specific... Okay, it's better. Like, is game audio still a little bit too high? Like, should I lower it a little bit more, or, like, I guess, we'll just assume that it's better. Whatever... That's what he said. So we'll settle for that if I hear something else. But yeah, I mean, I hope that not all of the shit I was saying earlier. I'm sure none of the stuff I said before this got over. It was just probably during the game that the audio got too loud. But here we go. I was just ranting and raving anyway. This wasn't too much of significance. I was just talking about, you know, in case anything I did say got kind of washed out. It's kind of reminiscing as to Splatoon that came out when I was in college. It was a fresh IP for Nintendo. It definitely was definitely what the doctor ordered for the Wii U. Didn't really save it sales-wise, but you know, like I was saying before I fixed my audio. This has definitely become a major IP for Nintendo, especially with the releases on Switch, which I'm sure just one of those Splatoon games outsold, you know, the hardware sales of the Wii U.
I got you, you bastard.
Alright. Well, I'm up to 3 viewers. I hope that's a good sign. Maybe I'm... Even though I suck at this game, apparently. Shit. I didn't realize that I'm such a fucking failure at Wii U Splatoon. We'll do a few more matches. We're gonna switch things up, you know, unless somehow we hit a winning streak, and then in which case we'll just fucking stay in this game. But yeah, it's weird to see the Wii U and 3DS online. I mean, obviously, like, the store shit is already basically shut down unless you want to re-download a previous purchase. That happened, I believe, over a year ago at this point. But you know, it's the last, what, 12 hours from now or so, the fucking entire online component of, you know, Nintendo's last 2 consoles, you know, the systems before the Switch, are now being shut down. So here we are, kind of getting our last online play sessions in before this shit goes fucking kaput. See, that's always the criticism of Nintendo. They treat their shit like a toy company. You know what I mean? It's not like fucking Nerf, you know, honors their previous product, really. You know, they might reference it, but it's not like they fucking will keep. It's not like they're gonna keep selling the same shit. You know? So that's Nintendo's philosophy. They treat themselves as a toy company, which is kind of annoying when it comes to preserving video game history. Because, you know, a lot of shit is going to be lost by their choices, and has been lost by their choices. And there's a continual kind of war on anybody trying to preserve their games using ROMs and emulators when they don't make them easily accessible, or they don't provide any legal avenues to be able to purchase their older games. So, you know, unless somebody owns the game and makes a backup on their own volition, which some people do, but most people don't. Most people resort to piracy, and then you get these fucking Titanic retards. Oh, piracy's double right. Well, if you can't buy the fucking game anymore, and then the company isn't supporting it and giving any legal means of purchasing it, then what do you think people are gonna fucking do? It's not a question of whether or not that's legally permissible. The real question is, well, why the fuck are people doing that? It's because the company doesn't provide a legal means to enjoy their previous shit. And maybe they think it's going to cannibalize their sales, but that shouldn't matter. I mean, imagine if you want to go watch a fucking old movie. You can open up the Turner Classic Movie Catalog and still order movies from 80 fucking years ago, 90 fucking years ago, 100 fucking years ago. I mean, that doesn't cannibalize. If I want to go fucking buy and watch Gone with the Wind, that's not cannibalizing modern movie sales. Imagine, like, if you couldn't buy an older Godzilla movie. Well, actually, Japanese companies are kind of retarded when it comes to anime and fucking films in general. But even so, for the most part, even with that, like, if I want to buy an older fucking Godzilla movie, there's probably going to be some release that they still sell, or a digital fucking release. Not that I'm a big fan of digital, but at least it's something, you know? They just need to strengthen digital rights. That's the problem. See, I'm getting pissed off from doing wrong. I just dropped something because I'm a fat fucking pig. You know, I'm self-effacing a little bit. See, I'd rather be called like a fucking asshole or a prick or a fat fuck or a scumbag than have somebody kind of like, you know, say something that's just like a dressing down. That's just the kind of person I am. I'm not saying that for any reason or another. It's just, you know, just something that I've observed in my life. Like, the one thing that will always, like, piss me the fuck off, it's not when somebody calls me a name or swears at me. It's when somebody tries to, you know, attack my character. That's always been something that I didn't like. Unless it was justified. I'm not perfect, but shit. When you attack somebody's fucking character, that's unfortunately, that's a point of no return. You know, for instance, like in a friendship or something, like if somebody, you know, attacks your character, that's usually where I say adios. Alright, we're gonna do another match. And with no ill will, I just, you know, say, time to let that ship sail. Au revoir, bon voyage, Godspeed, I wish you the best of luck, but I don't need that. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's the little squid jump game. See, here's another thing that's gonna be lost completely. I actually know what I think there's actually a way to play this in the lobby, so or outside of the online lobby, I mean, so yeah, this is a lot cooler than the when you wait on like Switch for the next thing, so alright. There we go. Turf War. Alright, we got 2, 3. Oh my goodness. I've got 3 Japanese players on my side. We're gonna be unstoppable. I could just sit in the fucking corner. And they'll just win. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know, I don't know if anybody's actually listening right now, but the thumbnail I picked was of the late and great Satoru Iwata. Sadly, you know, he had a complication due to some type of, it was a pretty routine surgery. It wasn't like, you know, it was obviously, I think a pretty, you know, it was an invasive surgery, but I don't think it was like anything with like a high mortality risk, but I guess there was something that caused complications, and he sadly died. He was he basically was the first non-Yamaguchi, you know, CEO of Nintendo, you know, the Japanese arm of Nintendo, which is the, you know, the mothership of the company. He, you know, he was a great, CEO. You know, not to say that the Wii U was a great system, and sadly, you know, he didn't really get to see the success of the system that he had been, you know, working on and kind of overseeing, which is becoming Switch. You know, he was pretty pivotal in the development of the Switch, but you know, he sadly passed away before he would see the release of that. But you know, he was there from the latter part of the GameCube era as CEO through the you know, pretty close to the end of the Wii U lifespan. So, you know, during a lot of incredible success, you know, so, whenever I think of Satoru Iwata, I do get a little bit sad because, he definitely died way too young, you know what I mean? He was not a particularly old, at that point. I believe he was in his mid-50s. And he was just a pivotal character in video game history, and he was somebody who was an active, you know, he was a developer. You know, he was not just a suit who got into that position because of business acumen. Although he did make quite a lot of very wise decisions, and some that were more short-sighted, right? I mean, that's the case with any CEO. I mean, even some of the most memorable, how do I put this? Even some of the most widely recognized, like, top CEOs of all time, you know, like Steve Jobs when he returned to Apple, even they would make mistakes. So, you know, was Toru Iwata's tenure at Nintendo perfect in terms of his business acumen? No, but he did oversee a hell of a lot of really big successes. I mean, most crucially for the company, the Wii. I mean, if you think about a fucking success story, the Wii. I mean, and I love the GameCube, mind you, but the Wii. I mean, the GameCube, great system, but it was not really a sales hit. You know, it was fine. But the Wii, my God, that system was a fucking phenomenon. The DS, which was essentially, I remember being in elementary school and there'd be these older assholes, because I was like fucking like in third grade, I think, somewhere around there when the DS was announced or coming out. And there'd be like the older kids, the PSP's gonna be so much cooler. Fuck the DS. Yeah, these are like fifth graders. You know, they didn't really talk like that. But when you're like a fucking third grader and the kids are a little bit older, that's what they felt like giants. But anyways, you know, like the PSP is a great system, but the DS kind of got like a bad rap, just like the Wii did. But the DS, like the thing about how the Wii is, I will admit, like other than like the first party games, the Wii definitely did deserve some of the critiques of it having a lot of shovelware, because it did. But the DS, no siree. I mean, after the first like few months where there was, you know, some great games, but kind of sparse, right? It was kind of sparse. But let's say by the beginning of 2006, whew, that system was a fucking. I mean, not only was it a sales phenomenon like the Wii, I mean, it's technically more successful than the Wii, but my God, man, the fucking games on that system, RPG, I mean, you name a genre of, even fucking first-person shooters, there was some good FPS games on the fucking DS. And I will say, Metroid Prime Hunters gets a lot of shit. It's not a real Metroid game. Shut the fuck up. The fact that they were able to get that experience on the DS and have it play as well as it did is a fucking technological miracle. Okay? And I believe Metroid Dread technically was a DS game at some point before it got put on the back burner, but my goodness, the Pokemon games on DS slapped. I mean, Diamond and Pearl were great. Fucking Black and White, which were kind of underrated for the longest time, but you know, of late people have really started to appreciate those games. But the Mario games on DS were fantastic. The third party support, shit. The third party support, you know, you think of like any series of note, you know, other than like a direct first party Sony and Microsoft thing, like anything that's third party, RPGs, rhythm games. I mean, the fucking extensive library of the Nintendo DS, and the man that really deserves the credit for overseeing that fucking, you know, if any other company said, you know, we're gonna make a system that, yeah, it's more powerful than our previous system, but you know, it's we're gonna take like that winning formula and we're gonna just turn it up on its head and make this fucking folding clamshell device with a 2-screen layout. One of those is a touch screen. I don't think there's any other company that could have made something as successful as the DS. Or the Wii, right? Because, you know, Microsoft tried the Kinect, and people bought it, but does anybody remember the Kinect? I mean, is there anybody that's going back and, like, playing Kinect games? I mean, I'm sure there was a couple of games on that platform that were of note, but not really, and, you know, PlayStation Move, yeah, there was kind of some cool uses of it, but at the end of the day, the only system to have motion controls that's still widely discussed and has such a, you know, not a perfect library, but a very strong library once you get past, like, some of the game's, you know, shortfalls with the graphics. The Wii, great system. DS, amazing system. 3DS, admittedly, rock and start, but my God, I think the 3DS is probably my favorite, you know, true portable system that Nintendo's ever done, because the Switch is a hybrid console, right? So it's kind of in its own category. So, like, as a true, you know, portable, the 3DS is just a fantastic system. And I'll tell you, I know that not everybody likes the 3D, but I pretty much had it on in every game. Now, some games, I will say some games with the 3D were not ideal, right? There were some games that kind of would give you a headache, to put it lightly, if you had the full 3D effect on it. But most of the time I would use the 3D. It just made the game look crisper for me, too. And I know that Pilot Wings Resort was not much more than just like them taking the flying mode from Wii Sports Resort. But I gotta tell you, I think it was like 13, 14, somewhere around that neck of the woods. I don't know. When did that come? Did that come out in 2010 or 2011? I don't know. I'm somewhere around 13, 14 when the 3DS came out. And my mind was blown by that system. And Street Fighter on the go, you know, not as good as the console version, but still, like, you know, I know that the 3DS had a few rocky months at first, but you know, once they lowered the price, and especially once they came out with the larger screen model, which I loved, you know, that system had a great library to it. Maybe not the sheer volume of the DS, but still just a fantastic game. So, you know, when we see the Wii U came out, you know, we were talking more about the Wii U, just we're playing on it now, but, like, you know, when you think about these two systems shutting down, right, the lineage of the DS family, at least for online games, will be no longer, you know, it's no longer going to be a thing, right? That if you think about the lineage of the DS, this is like a 20-year history now, right? And the chapter has closed on the DS family of consoles, because the 3DS, you know, is sort of the successor and is sort of the Game Boy Advance, you know, of the. If you imagine like the fucking Game Boy to Game Boy Advance, you got DS to 3DS, right? So, you know, when you think of like 2004, well, actually technically 05 because of the micro, but you think of like 2004, 2005 being the end of the Game Boy as a family of systems. You know, if you really think about what's happening with the shutdown of the 3DS Online, that is like them closing the books on that chapter. And that's kind of cool. It's bittersweet, right? It's a little bit sad. And the same for the Wii U, right? It's a 18-year lineage going back to the Wii. While the Wii U was not as successful and, you know, definitely was a less, you know, there's issues with this system. I love the Wii U, but I am not, you know, people are kind of doing revisionist history of the Wii U. It was not a terrible time to be a fan of Nintendo, but it was also, you were also concerned as a Nintendo fan during the let's say mid 2014 through like the beginning of 2017. It was a little bit stressful in some ways, because you knew that Nintendo could bounce back, but you also saw companies like Sega falter, and you know, was not completely the fault of the Wii U. Really, you know, there's a lot of different factors, some of the market factors, but, you know, this was a system that was marketed poorly. That was a problem. The naming was kind of an issue, I think. But it was very poorly marketed. Even the reveal of it was kind of weird. You know, the design of the hardware is kind of weird. I mean, the gamepad's really comfortable. The Pro Controller is great. The fact that you could have backwards compatibility on Wii games is great. But then they eliminated GameCube compatibility. You know, technically, this system can run GameCube games no problem, because of the homebrew, which is what I'm going to do. But if you homebrew this system, you could, you know, run all of the GameCube games and get them on backup or whatever, on the Wii U with very little issue. You know, the discs in this game, the discs for the Wii U games are actually kind of cool because they're basically just like non-Blu-ray Blu-rays, like they're high capacity, high density discs. I believe they're somewhere around 25 gigabytes of disc, which, you know, I wish the Switch cartridges were generally that high of a capacity. You know, I think there might be 1 or 2 games in the entire Switch library where they use the 32 or larger NAND size, and that's part of the reason like the Switch has like I love the cartridges that they design of the Switch, but it does piss me off because a lot of these fucking third parties will cheap out and like they'll only like use like an 8 gigabyte module. So then if there's like a collection of games you're buying, like a Star Wars collection or some shit, then like you're fucking stuck having to download shit. So, it is what it is. But the Wii U like had a proprietary disc format that was kind of neat. The GPU in this system is actually pretty damn powerful. You know what I mean? Like, it punches way above the 360 and PS3, but then at the same time, its CPU is weaker. It's really just like an overclocked Wii CPU, which the Wii CPU is just really an overclocked CPU. So, like, you actually have a very powerful, at the time, GPU with a kind of meandering CPU for marketing, and that's part of the reason why this system didn't really ever have much of a chance. But it was still, in my opinion, this is a system worth buying. You can find one for a good deal. It's worth collecting for. A lot of the games have made their way over to Switch, but there is still something to be said about owning the Wii U. There's a lot of great potential now with this system for homebrewing, running classic platforms on here. So if you do have the opportunity to get a Wii U for a good price, I'd say it's still worth buying. Here's a couple more matches. You know what? Let's make it to at least level 10. How's that sound? I'd like to make it to at least. I'd like to make it to level 10 before I say goodbye to Splatoon on Wii U. But yeah, kind of went on a sort of tangent rant there about their history, and all that ties back to Satoru Iwata. I just got called out for not fucking. I had to get a drink of water. Sorry about that. Too bad there isn't a party chat on this. See, that's always been a weird thing too, like how Nintendo approaches online. Like, I remember the fucking Animal Crossing game on Wii. You had to, you couldn't, if you wanted to play with a friend and you wanted to do like fucking gamer chat, you had to fucking buy a Wii stick. Now, I don't know if any of you were around in the heyday of fucking Xbox 360, but like that shit was the wild fucking west. Like the fucking conversations that, like, you were like a teenager when 360 was big. Like, and those fucking conversations were like transcripted and recorded. Shit, man, you'd be fucking at the Geneva Convention. You'd be in the fucking Hague. You'd be fucking sought after for fucking war crimes or some of the shit that people used to say back in the day and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still sure that you get some fucking occasional, like, shit. Like, back in the day, fucking OG Xbox 360 online, and I'm sure, like, going back to the original Xbox, you'll be able to do, but shit. Like, that was a fucking different era. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking hell. So can you imagine, like, you're this fucking, like fucking 12-year-old who's just one of these little shits that plays every game, and you got fucking, one day you're playing Halo 3, and the next one you're like, yeah, let's play Animal Crossing. You go and fucking play Animal Crossing on fucking Wii with the fucking Wii speak, and you start talking like you do on Xbox with the headsets, like, holy shit. Little Jimmy, what the fuck are you talking about? What? See, and yeah. People did shit talk and probably said some very heinous shit back in 360. But there was a lot of cool moments. Like, I remember fucking, like, summers back in, like, 08, 09, playing Halo fucking 3. And, like, you actually, there's some pretty cool shit going on back then. It wasn't just all fucking assholes. Yeah, there's a lot of assholes, a lot of trolls, a lot of fucking weirdos and freaks and so on and so forth. But at the same time, it was just a cool, era to be a gamer. And, the Wii U by extension, sort of like the end of that classical era, you know, before all of these freakazoids manifested themselves into the industry through diversity hires and EDI, you know, the Wii U was, you know, kind of like part of that generation before shit went downhill, right? It came out in 2012, and like a good 2 years before Gamergate and before the full takeover of the industry by the cretins that run it now.
Nice.
All right. Whew. All right. So we probably need 2 or 3 more matches to get to the promised land. Maybe a touch lower on the game audio, but now you can hear your voice more easily. Okay, that was sent I think a while ago. Yeah. Well, I think I did get louder, so maybe that's, you know. Let me just. There we go. There we go. I'm a little bit louder now. This is, you know, adjust your speakers accordingly, folks, because I don't know what the fuck I don't know what I'm doing here. You know, ironically though, I think through the summer, 360 is gonna work fine for downloading shit, and then I think that they're gonna keep the 360 online up for a while. I mean, I don't see them taking that down anytime soon, because obviously there's still like games that they're gonna, and also especially with the Game Pass shit, like there's 360 games on there they're gonna still want to have online access for. PS3 kind of interesting, because they're like a few years ago, Sony was ready to hit the fucking shutdown switch on PS3. I believe the PSP store shut down, but you can still get most of those games on Vita or PS3 technically and install them to PSP. You know, but like, yeah, you could still, those systems that are both approaching 20 years old, you can still, at the time, at this current moment, buy PS3 things, you know, digital games on their store, and same for 360. I mean, I hope one of those systems hits the 20-year mark. I think, I think 360 will hit like close to 19 years before they shut down their online marketplace, at least on the 360. I think you'll still be able to buy 360 games on the Series X, like I was saying. Although, you know, some shit's gonna get delisted. I mean, a lot of shit already has been delisted, but you know it's just gonna get worse, right? So there still probably will be, you know, in perpetuity 360 games you can buy, but it will be like, you know, probably like maybe a third of what you could have bought before, like what's gonna happen, you know, in the next few months. But PS3, and also on PS3, there's been shit delisted. But at the same time, oh fuck, I'm old. Oh, I'm getting old. But at the same time, like, you know, PS3, if they can make it to 2026, man, like at least give us to like the 20th anniversary of the PS3, that'd be fucking rad. You know, if anything, just for them being able to say like they had the longest support of a marketplace, and maybe by that point Sony can figure out how to do backwards fucking compatibility. It's not perfect on Series X, but out of all the consoles at the current moment, Microsoft is far, you know, ahead of any other platform. You know, you could argue on Switch you can download like the fucking virtual shit, you know, the virtual console where you don't actually own anything. I'm not gonna count that. PS5, yeah, you can play PS4 games. There's literally no reason why you shouldn't have been able to do that though, because it's the same system architecture. But like, you put fucking PS3, PS2, PS1 game in there, they say fuck you. I mean, there's certain games that are stuck on PS3 because of that. You know what I mean? Like, they should have backwards compatibility. No reason not to. PS5, there's absolutely no reason that if Sony actually dedicated their resources to building a emulator that's optimized for PS5 hardware, that it wouldn't work for the vast majority of PS3 games, and obviously PS2 and PS1 would be way easier. You can emulate those on a base PS4. Maybe that'll be a selling point of the Pro though, because if the Pro is theoretically going to have double the processing prowess of the regular PS5, then you know if they want to make that a selling point for the Pro, so be it. But there really should be a way for them to have backwards compatibility. So Series X, you can run a good chunk of original Xbox games. I think it's under half. It might be like a third on Series X. But you can run a good chunk of original Xbox games, and you can run a good chunk of 360 games. It's not perfect, but it sure beats the other systems. There's way more backwards compatibility on that, on Series X than there is on their competitors. So that was the cool thing about the Wii U, though. Like, even though they took out GameCube for backwards compatibility, like, all of your Wii accessories work. You know, like the Wiimotes. You know, all of your Wii Virtual Console games you could transfer. Although it was kind of stupid how they made you repurchase some again. You wanted them, like, in the Wii U side of things. Otherwise, you'd have to go into the Wii. And the Wii U ones... Like, here's the weird thing. Like, NES games did not look great on the Wii U. Super Nintendo games looked way better than they did on Wii. Like, I think they upscaled the resolution to, like, 720p. N64 games generally look okay. You know, the Wii U Virtual Console was not as extensive as the Wii. Actually... That's something I should show you guys. It's just like the amount of fucking WiiWare shit I got. Maybe we'll do that after play some games. Just for shits and giggles. I don't think this is a win. Drinking a Yoo-hoo in case anybody's wondering. Well, look at that. We had somebody with no fucking contributions to the game. Let me make that clear. I'm not being DSP.
Nobody's contributing.
All right. Maps are being updated. Hold on to your tentacles. It's Inkopolis news time. Let's unveil the current regular battle stages. Alright, Callie and Marie. Oh my gosh, look Marie, that outfit is adorable. That reminds me, don't window shop during battle. Let's see. Oh yeah, alright. Ranked battle. Walleye Warehouse. This is still way quicker than the fucking blurb they give you on the Switch ones. Sometimes I'll be sitting there on the Switch fucking shit and I'll want to fucking gouge my fucking eyes out just how fucking much they ramble about shit. Alright, let's go back. We gotta get to level 10. Alright. There we go. Alright. I'm sure there's way more people playing this than, you know, than any time now. I'm sure there's more players on Wii U playing Splatoon. Probably since, like, 2017. So, At least this game's going down the style, you know? Fuck! Oh, Jesus, that's fucking retarded of me. Oh my god, am I a fucking moron? I might be a moron, but I don't make excuses. Alright. I always liked this map quite a bit. You fucking bitch. There you go, you asshole. There you go. Come on. Ah, you fucking asshole. Come on. We'll see. Felt close. Doesn't look close, though. Yep. Alright. Well, that's unfortunate. But you know what else? There's a silver lining in all this. We get to play one more. I think, assuming we win the next one, we might be one or two more matches away from hitting level 10. We'll move on. We'll bid the world of Splatoon 1 adieu. I mean, obviously you can still play the game. I mean, if you consider the 2-hour single player mode to be well, actually technically there was a local multiplayer thing you could do too, but you know, this game's kind of done after the online shuts down, let's be honest. Alright. I wonder how many other people are doing this, well, we got, I think Game Explain was probably, I'm sure Game Explain did something with this. But I also want to do some Super Smash Bros. Wii U. That's probably going to be our next game after this. If anything, just one or two matches with that, because the online for that game was not great. We might just do one match just for memory's sake. A little bit of Mario Kart 8 probably, and maybe a little bit of Tekken Tag Tournament 2. That game was kind of amazing on Wii U. I mean, that's probably one of my favorite Tekkens. Tekken Tag games too. And the Wii U version is just great because of the additional. Practically every character has some type of like Nintendo themed outfit unlocked. Yeah. Well, they're pretty much all unlocked from the get-go. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's pretty fucking cool. I love the tag tournament Tekken games. I have the first one with Tekken Hybrid on PS3, which is the HD port of that to PS3. And then I have Tag Tournament 2 on Wii U, and I have talked about getting it on 360. A good friend of the channel, Tattered Jack, is a big proponent of that game on 360. Alright. Oh, man. I splatted Hazel. That's right. Hazel nuts. I need help. Not really. I remember playing this fucking game like the summer of 2016 when everybody was talking about the NX rumors. Just listening to so many people fucking get that wrong. Actually, there's a couple of people I used to watch back in the day that did Nintendo shit that were pretty spot on and wanted those predictions, but most of them were fucking retarded. Holy shit. Really through no fault of their own. But I remember like some of the fake shit that got passed around, like somebody took that one weird pad Nintendo had, like the football shaped controller, and they tried passing that off with the fucking NX, like basically like this weird curved football shaped screen and console with like one analog stick and like one physical button, and everything else would have been untouched. Can you imagine that fucking unmitigated disaster if that was the case? Holy shit. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, I think we won this, and I think this is going to be... And you know what? This is one of my favorite maps in Splatoon 1. So, what a beautiful way to send this fantastic game into the sunset. Godspeed, Splatoon 1. Woo! And I look at that! Alright, I'm on... I fucking actually got the highest score. Nice. And we hit level 10. Oh, man. I'm gonna miss you, Splatoon. Kind of sad. Out of all the games, you know, this is the one that's going to suffer the most. Oh, I just unlocked ranked battles. Well, yeah. That's it's too late for that. Not that I ever played a ton of ranked battles, even when I was, like, in my original save of this game. I don't know if anybody could hear that earlier, but I had a save that got fucked up because it was on my USB storage for some reason or another. I was much higher than level 10, I believe. I think I was at least like close to level 20, if not higher. I must have been. I probably was close. Probably was around level 30. Because I played a shit ton of this game back in the day. All right, Splatoon. Godspeed to you. Let's do some Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. Alright. Pop this bitch in. Now, you know, here's the deal with Smash Wii U. There's not a ton of things in this game that you can't get in the Switch version. But there's a few stages. And obviously this game has a different fit and finish than the the Switch one. So now there wasn't much fit and not much finish on the online portion of this game. So this game is not really suffering too much with the online going down. Alright, let's see here. Let's make sure I'm still alive. Fuck it, we'll do it live. This game has an inordinate loading time. It's kind of insane, but that's all right. You guys are in on you're willing to give me a couple minutes for the loading screen. Let's watch the intro video. Pretty fucking cool, eh? You know, the other thing too, this game came out on 3DS. And to be quite honest, the exclusive mode that the 3DS has is actually far superior. But neither of these games had anything that could compete with Subspace Emissary in terms of like a single player storyline. Which the Switch version, still not quite as good as Subspace Emissary, but you know that the Switch version has far more content. But still, this is a fantastic game. You know, it's a great version of Super Smash Bros. You can't go wrong. Although, I mean, unless you have the DLC, you're never gonna have the full experience. Now, luckily, I do. But anybody buying an old Wii U, well, you're gonna have no choice but the pirate shit if you want the actual full experience. Yeah, this is a God. The fucking interface of this, while weird, I mean, this is also the first time they added 8-player Smash. God, this brings back so many fucking memories. Yeah, you can control it with your 3DS, which why the fuck would you do that? But oh man, this is. See, I didn't do a ton of online, but still, there's something and the online is garbage, but still, there's something that tugs on the old heartstrings thinking about this game. Oh man. All right, we're gonna do some. Yeah, conquest mode is the. Let's just check some internet options. Mic volume. Alright. Podcast channel. There goes that. Alright, let's do with anybody. And we will do for fun. Smash. Oh, wait till you see the fucking. Wait till you guys see the lag on this bitch. This is not gonna be my stream if it looks like shit. What are we gonna play? Who are we gonna play as? They nerfed Zero Suit Samus in Ultimate. And I don't mean her. I do not mean her. I mean her standing as a fighter. That's alright though. God, it was so cool to see Midgard first time. Actually, I need to get back into playing some Smash Ultimate. It's been a minute. Yeah, there's something, not that Zero Suit Samus, you know, she's still quite a, substantial, she still has some substantial assets in, the Ultimate version, but just, in this version, wow, you know, she is, yeah, there's just something they really executed well with Zero Suit Samus in this game. I don't know, something's bouncing around in my mind. This isn't as bad as it was earlier, but like you could kind of see the lag here, right? This is not, you would not want to play this in any tournament setting with the lag. Oh, this shit's good. Which, like, when you play this regular, like, you don't have to worry about this when you're playing offline with buddies. Which has always been the best way to play Smash. So when I mean is that I do Samus giant tits. They were just absolutely beautiful, fucking supple fucking melon in this game. And you know, she still looks damn good in Ultimate, man. But fucking, they just really hit her design off. Wow, there was just some horn dog and some Japanese fucking with the Japanese Wacom tablet just going to town. He the fucking concept of so I think it was a good pick that we picked her. Not with the stage, not doing her giant ample tits justice. But trust me, this version of her. You know, I realized I just spent most of the match talking about her beautiful tits, but you know, if you've known me for any stretch of time, Zero Suit Samus is one of my favorite character designs in any game ever. And they just, yeah, hopefully when you see her clapping, it's not just her hands clap. Well, yeah, the camera. You know, you gotta be a real degenerate to back out of the online. Just to show. Yeah, we're not doing any more online with this fucking game. That wasn't as bad, by the way, as it was earlier. Earlier was a fucking crapshoot. Alright, we're gonna do a classic Smash battle. Where's the Twitter? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I trust me, 2 minutes of Zero Suit Samus is all I need. The stage select in this is weird. Now, now the one thing the Switch version changes up is usually you select the character and then the stage, like this does that, but the Switch version you select the stage and then the character, but the fucking interface, like these were the, some of these were DLC, I think all of these technically were like, I think this one was free, the Miiverse one, you've got, Suzaku Castle from Street Fighter, the N64 stages, Mario Maker, Umbra Clock Tower, Midgar, and Pirate Ship. So we got the normal ones. Now, I believe one of the ones that did not make, okay, I definitely know Pyrosphere did not make the return to the Switch version because Ridley becomes a playable character, which is cool, but at the same time, like Ridley in this stage is like gigantic. You know, I mean, it's much more accurate to Ridley. Oh my goodness. What perfect. Oh my goodness, I accidentally hit, oh my goodness, I don't know what happened. I hit the pause button. Oh my god, look at Samus in this game. Holy fucking shit. Oh god. They really, They, you know what? There was somebody in Sakurai's team, maybe Sakurai the man himself. He was looking at he was on some Rule 34 fucking Zero Suit Samus shit when he fucking did that design. That's some fucking, you know what? You know, people are jerking off about Stellar Blade. Come on, can you imagine if they brought back these fucking giant, well, they're not even particularly giant, but like, you know, for modern video games, the fucking, you know, God forbid a woman looks like she's fucking sexually attractive to fucking men, not some fucking mongoloid freak. I know this is just, this is our fucking eulogy. We're just focusing in on tits, but you know that's fine. You know, but like people are jerking off about Stellar Blade, and I am a little bit too. I'm actually very hyped for that game. I already got it fucking pre-ordered through Play Asia. Shout out to Play Asia, by the way. You get a lot of good deals from them. But my goodness, I mean, you know, Nintendo, why did you have to shrink her cleavage? I mean, they're still there in Switch, but whew, God, oh man, I'm a fucking pervert. You know, Zero Suit Samus in this outfit, she's 24. That's oh man. Oh, Ridley's such an imposing fucking force. I think whoever hits Ridley first, or actually that player want to ask that. He's still knocking him out. Kill this fucker. Woo! Not that the CPU's any powerful. I definitely like. This is to call me crazy. I definitely like how this game controls. This Ultimate has a little bit more polish. I can speak polish, but I don't know. I like this. It's kind of you know, it's probably the closest feeling to Melee. Because Brawl was a great game, but it definitely was not the best in terms of fighting mechanics. I know Melee's kind of the gold standard, and everybody likes Ultimate, but I don't know, the way that this controls, I don't know, I like it.
3, 2, 1.
You know, there's probably some Smash aficionado out there telling me I'm a fucking idiot, but that's alright. Oh, alright, the gift that keeps on giving. You see those coins stack up? That's what I do when I see Zero Suit fucking Samus in this game. Oh, alright. This is a great roster, though. I mean, you know, once again, Switch is, like, insane. It's amazing. But, like, this was still, like, crazy for the time. You know what I mean? Especially when they had in, like, Cloud and shit. I mean, Ryu, too. Fuck. You know, like, the crazy roster. And let me just say this. I like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. They're great games. Do I think Nintendo needs to figure out a different format for Zelda after those two? Because they kind of, like, they did everything they could with that open world concept. It's great. They're amazing games. They're Game of the Year material. They're some of the best fucking open world action games of all time. But when you look at the designs they used here, the Twilight Princess-esque designs, and this is also kind of more like a Hyrule Warrior Link, but also kind of like it's Twilight Princessy, right? Like this is the design I like of Zelda, where Link looks like a fucking badass warrior. Zelda is this fucking, you know, cunning princess who could sit on my face. Sheik is Zelda in a fucking disguise, you know, and then Ganondorf, fucking, you wanna fuck with Ganondorf, right? I just think these designs are really the best of the Zelda series, and look at it, you know, I like the kind of cartoony Link. And really, what did they do with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom? They're great games, but like they're kind of in between the more serious look of the, you know, Twilight Princess era, and more of the cell shading look of Toon Link, kind of in between those two. But I always like the kind of more like, you know, this kind of more like Lord of the Rings-esque, Game of Thrones. I know it's kind of weird to throw that out there, but they're more kind of like mature fantasy look that these games had. All right. Mario's best wife. All right, let's go. Let's exit before I really fucking fucking put my foot in my mouth. All right. What are we gonna do next? Well, you know, just for the proof of concept, we might as well do a little bit of Mario Kart 8, and then I think we'll do some Tekken Tag Team tournament to wrap up the night. So, thank you folks for tuning in. If you're watching this on the archive, then thank you. I really appreciate it. You know, give me some feedback too. If there's something that you think I'm doing well, then let me know. And if you think I'm fucking up with something, let me know. But I also probably should charge my batteries getting low on my gamepad. Which, let's see, we're close to 2 hours in. That isn't terrible, but I probably should get a I probably should get a new hold on, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I probably should get a new gamepad battery. Well, they're still being made by somebody. Oh yeah, okay. So I can show you guys some of the games I have on here now. So retro, we got some NES games here. Classics. And like I was saying, these do not look fantastic. Now, Super Nintendo games still look pretty damn good on here. They definitely, whatever like emulator and visual shit they're doing with the NES, they're fine, they're playable, but like Super Nintendo look way better and N64 look fine, you know. So I got that. I got some Game Boy Advance and DS games. I wish I would have gotten more of these because it is kind of cool. Although, admittedly, like a lot of these DS games, like you have to just play on the gamepad. Well, you could do some Mario Kart DS, but like, yeah. Alright, apps, we got that shit. The Animal Crossing Plaza, that was like, that was pretty cool, the Art Academy game on here. More games, we got Affordable Space Adventures, Dr. Luigi, Amiibo Tab, a bunch of different things. NES Remix is actually a lot of fun. Then we got Metroid Prime Trilogy, Zack and Wiki, Resident Evil, The Umbrella Chronicles, Wii Party U, my favorite two fucking Metroid games, and two of the greatest Zelda games of all time. Although, you know, I think, you know, you take these two, combine them together with a more mature Link, and you got fucking Twilight Princess, so there you go, and Earthbound, which I still need to beat. I actually got, like, I don't know, I was like, I was at least like 10, 12 hours into that game. Oh, of course, Mario Party. Speaking of Wii U games, though, Game & Wario, man, that game's actually kind of fun. I know it's not the best WarioWare game, but like as a party game, it's actually a shit ton of fun. Alright, that was a quick update, which was not always the case for the Wii U, to be quite honest. I wish I still had my copy of Call of Duty Black Ops 2 on Wii U. That's one of the few Wii U games that I don't have anymore. Like nearly everything else I kept for that system. I don't remember what, I don't know. I think that's when I was like pissed off at Call of Duty and I got rid of that. It was also not the best version to have bought that game for. You know, like I think they got right, Ghosts also came to Wii U if I remember correctly. Now, if you've played Mario Kart 8, you've probably played it on Switch. And even if you played it on Wii U, it's probably been a minute. So it's going to be kind of hilarious to go back to this with, A, it plays a little bit differently. And B, there's so much less content in this game. A, there's no battle mode. B,
Mario Kart
when this game came out, it was the standard 8 cups. And then I think, I think there's 10. But then when we released it on Switch, they added 2 more cups, I believe. And then they did a DLC pack. And then they did another DLC pack. So, like, the amount of content, even with this, with everything unlocked. Let's see here. Oh. Yeah, I definitely did. I've unlocked way more cups on Switch version. But I mainly play... Yeah, I mean, this is insane. Like, dude, you play the fucking Switch version. Like, okay. And when this game first came out, I'm pretty sure, like, most of this entire row was not here. If I'm correct. I just want to see the... Yeah. Okay, so no, these... Okay, so there's actually 4 cups that got added. But then you look at the amount of cups that you can play on the Switch version. All right, let's do some online though. Okay, there is a battle mode, but the maps suck. It's literally just courses. If I'm correct. Yeah, they literally just gave you 8 courses, and they made... It's technically battle mode, but it sucks ass. Online. Also, with this game, I believe just 2 players lowers the frame rate. Where on Switch, if you play with 2 players, it still is 60 frames. Worldwide. Do reverse race. I'm gonna do Wario.
Chicken.
Alright. We'll go classic here.
Wario. I'm spectating. Alright.
This is gonna be interesting. I don't remember playing much of the online. I don't think it was as bad as Smash Bros, though. Alright. We'll join in after the next. Alright, this one's just about to end, it looks like. This, Big Blue. Yep. It's one of my favorite tracks I added. Just because it makes me think of F-Zero, but then I get kind of sad. Ooh, alright. Let's do some Shy Guy Falls. Look at some of these me's. Guy to the left of me looks like fucking Chris and Peter Griffin combined and some fucking Splice Lab shit. Alrighty. Hi. Hi. Good luck. Teddy says bye because he's fucking nuts.
I'm excited. I'm using tilt controls. Okay.
Animal Crossing. This is kind of surreal, because, you know, like, up until it became clear that the Wii U was not going to get an Animal Crossing game, which was, you know, but probably around the end of 2015, it kind of just became clear. But, like, this stage was so fucking cool to race on, because it was like, oh, man, is this what an Animal Crossing game would look like? Which, in a weird way, it actually would be amazing even today to have an Animal Crossing game with this kind of layout. I mean, not the racetracks, but like this camera angle and shit. And that's another thing. Like I put you know a few hundred hours into New Horizons, but that game is such a fucking mixed bag in my opinion. You know, I like it. I had a lot of fun with it, but like there's so much like, and there's so much they added. There's also so much they cut out compared to older entries. It's really, I still have kind of mixed feelings about New Horizons, and I will play it. Like I like it. I can appreciate it. It does some things that like puts it. There's some parts of it that like gave me the same feeling that the fucking GameCube version did, which none of the other games have ever managed to do. That game out of any Animal Crossing has given me some of the fucking feelings of nostalgia and just sheer joy that the GameCube games did back in the day. But at the same time, there's some shit that just fucking pisses me the fuck off. There's so much missing from New Horizons that, like, it could have been like a 10, you know what I mean? And really, before they did that last major content update, I have to admit, it was sitting at like a 7 in my mind, but that last major content update, I'd probably put it at an 8. But at the end of the day, you know, I really do hope that, I'm assuming we'll probably get an Animal Crossing on the successor hardware to the Switch. And if you think about the gap between New Leaf and New Horizons, I think it was like 7 years technically. But you could count it differently if you count like the spin-offs, like fucking Happy Home Designer, or like the major content. Like New Leaf actually got a major content update like way later than the Switch version did. It was actually kind of late in the 3DS lifespan when it got it. And that's also what made it clear like the Wii U was not going to get one. A new Animal Crossing, other than fucking Amiibo Festival. But I'd love to see a game that, like, I don't know, takes the advancements of New Horizons, but like brings back some of the shit that people remember the series for. And one of those things, by the way, like I like how I kind of like, if you go back to the GameCube version, the dialogue could be kind of edgy from the fucking villagers, and they could be assholes. And I don't mean superficial assholes. I mean like they could legit be fucking assholes back on the GameCube version, but like, you know, they kind of watered down the dialogue, to be quite honest, which is kind of the current trend in gaming, right? They gotta fucking water shit down. Oh man. All right. Let's see here. I want Cheap Beach. Cast the characters. This will probably be the last. Well, we only did 2 races, but still, this will probably be the last race that I do. And then I'd like to do at least one online Tekken battle. Sadness in first place. I know some pretty sad people. Sadness. Maybe you should go talk to them. Memphis from Canada. There probably is a Memphis, Canada. I mean, it's actually, you know, Memphis, Tennessee is actually named after a much older Memphis. So that's a long story. Will Sadness take the lead? We shall see. You know, I'll admit, sometimes when I would play this game locally with people, I would do some pretty sinister fucking shit with those red cells. Those are my favorite. When you get them, I don't even give a shit about the blue fucking shells. Fuck the blue shell. The red shell. You see, because everybody knows when the blue shell's out and it's fucking launched, everybody knows what's gonna happen. It's just a necessary fucking. It's inevitable. When you're a real sick cookie like me playing this fucking game, and you get a goddamn fucking bunch of red shells, when there's that person in first place, and you just barrage them with those fucking red shells. On one hand, a little part of me feels bad because I know that like it basically, you know. Also, this game had the one item hold shit. Yeah, this is weird. This is weird to go back to that. But as I was saying, a little bit of me would feel bad, but then the rest of me would be just deviously gleeful at the fucking prospect of victory, you know? Alright, no. See, I wasn't focusing. My nose is fucking starting to clog up, sound like fucking Rudolph the Red-Nosed fucking reindeer. Ah, shit. 4th place. Let me blow my nose, folks. ED Souls. Hope that's not EDP Souls. Keep that man away from any fucking bakeries that sell cupcakes. Alright. So I think that was good. That was a good little taste of Mario Kart. It's not like, especially with Mario Kart, you're not really, you know, there's not much. Yeah, that was fun. Alright. But, you know, you can still play Mario Kart 8 on Switch. There's some differences, but you're not losing too much. Oh, man, Tekken. What a way. So, basically, this is our first third-party game of the night, and our only, and our last game of the night. So, we're checking a lot of boxes off with this one. Oh, Mario Kart, Super Mario Maker. There we go. Woo! Oh, we gotta watch the batshit crazy intro to this. Oh, this game is so much fun. I'm definitely gonna have to rebuy this on 360.
Bandai Namco.
This is like, because Tekken's are like, if you just look at the regular Tekken lore, it's already fucking insane. But this game, it's just another layer of insanity. Oh man.
お客さん、一体どちらまで？
わからんか。このたぎる闘志の向かう方じゃ。
It's always a tournament that gets fucked up. Produced by Bandai Namco Games.
To the king of Iron Fist tournaments. Get ready for the next battle.
Get ready for the next battle.
The tag team aspect of this is great, though. I really hope that they take fucking, they take the engine of Tekken 8 and they build Tag Tournament 3 on. Because Tekken 8 has a beautiful fucking engine. It's just the action of that game. I love Tekken 8. Could you take that and Tag Tournament? You make a Tag Tournament 3? Have it come out in a couple of years? Woo! And I'd love to see that shit on the successor to the Switch with all the fucking cool, nifty Mario shit like this game got. Alrighty. Let's get started. Hopefully the online mode is still online. Not that I never played a ton of the online mode. Kind of weird to actually this late in the game do it, but hey. I'm sure there's something we can get. Might as well do a ranked match. If we can find one. I've never done a ranked match. Let's see. We're gonna do we'll do Kazuya and no dude. Father and son.
New challenger.
New challenger.
All right. I'm probably gonna get my ass handed to me. That's just the fucking reality of the situation. But we'll do at least. Well,
Get ready for the
we're gonna
next
do at
battle.
least this match. Let's see, 0 wins, 7 losses. Well, you know, if I lose, then I don't know what that says about me as a Tekken player, but it will say something. But then again, who is this person? This Super Saki.
Kisama-ka.
Okay.
Kudaran. Round 1. Fight!
It's funny how the neck hold on this fucking game. Okay.
KO.
Yep, I suck.
Round 2.
But it's not gonna end well. This is my DSP end to the night. Oh Jesus Christ! Oh my God, this is just pitiful.
KO.
I'm pressing the button. Nothing's happening. It's me, Darkside Bill.
Oh, yeah, we're bringing the storied lineage of Tekken on the Wii U. I think this is legitimately the only. She has nice tits. This is the only Tekken game ever released on a Nintendo system. I'm pretty sure. All right, well, let's just search again. We'll do one more battle. You guys have been a good audience tonight. They had 3 people at one point. Thank you guys for tuning in. And just again to, if you're wondering where you can watch our Fred's streams, he's on Dead Wars 2012 on Twitch. I don't know what his plans are, but I'm gonna be a decent person. So if you're interested to see what Dead Wars 2012 is up to, that's Fred. He's done, he's been on some of our videos. Dead Wars 2012 on Twitch. There's a playlist of his streams on my channel. I don't know if he wants me to keep them up. If he ever gets a hold of me, I guess I'll have an answer for you folks. But until then, they're up, and I will be a professional individual, and I will tell you where you can find them. That's all I have to say at the moment. And also, I have to say I suck at this game, but that's another story. I guess this is the right story for the right time. Let's try casual. Maybe we can find something there. We can do some of our Nintendo outfits. Let's see. Damn it. Oh no, she's got a cheek outfit. That's pretty cool. Alright. There we go. Remember when the default for women characters was they actually looked like they actually looked like women? Yeah, Petridge Farm remembers. Oh my goodness. And you could actually you could have feminine women that were like cool, but also like they had tits. And they were like some gargantuan freaks. And I like Bayonetta. But Bayonetta was kind of like at the extreme of like feminine design, and like the lady chick in fucking Resident Evil 8, she's fine, but like that shouldn't be like the default of how to make an attractive female character, because yeah, she's a cool character, but like she's really not the fucking what should be the standard. All right, I'm not gonna wait all night. We'll do a just regular match just to finish things up. Well, it's not technically an online thing to do, but Actually, we should hit the Wii U eShop just before that'll be the last thing we do. Off my birthday. Play against CPU. What the fuck is the mode? Alright. We're gonna do, surprised they didn't give her a 0-6 damage look. Oh, man. What do we got here?
Get ready for the next battle.
All right.
Tekken.
Only I have the power to change fate. You've got a date with death.
You got a date with my jiggle finger.
Fight!
Boom braid. Whoa!
KO. Round 2. Fight! KO.
There we go.
You win.
All right.
Get ready for the next battle.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do any more next battles though, because I'm starting to get tired. I just want to do a little bit of Tekken just to kind of. We did one online battle. That's gonna count for something. Oh man.
Round 1. Fight!
Get ready for the next battle.
That's right. This is Snoop Dogg stage in this fucking game. All right. There we go. Well, folks, this has been a beautiful eulogy for the Wii U. A nice little send-off to at least the online components of this system, which were already kind of fucking. Let's be honest. Like, let's take a look at the eShop, which still has more charm than the Switch one, even though there's nothing you could buy because there's actual music that accompanies your shopping. And look at that, a little fucking match 'em game while you wait. Let's go up to news. On-device credit card usage discontinued. Alright, on-device ability to add funds discontinued. It's no longer possible to add funds directly and account using device, so there's still funds directly offline to service on May. So, a little over a year ago, Nintendo eShop is no longer purchased from the system, no longer download content. Yep. Well, because look at the home. What's on the charts? Can we at least see the listings for games? Probably not. Oh, okay. Kind of sad though. All this data is gonna probably go away after tomorrow. I think technically you can still access this to. I mean, really, Nintendo, why do you have to shut this shit down? I mean, this is just so fucking stupid that you're doing this. Like, there's so much here that's gonna be fucking lost for years until you decide to inevitably re-release it, and not everything's gonna get re-released. I mean, I'm happy that like, you know, like the Switch is doing well and shit, but like, there's just some things that grind my fucking gears. But see, that's how life is. Sometimes people fucking grind your gears, companies grind your gears, and you just have to say, okay, I'm gonna put that aside and move on. And that's what we're doing. We've given the Wii U its place in the history books, and obviously, like, well, I mean, like, it's not the end of the system for my personal enjoyment or the channels. Like, you know, I'm sure there's gonna be shit that we can get to. You know, it's like, wish list. Look at all these games. Alright. Your downloads, account activities. Yeah, there's not much left though, is there? Oh, look at that. My actual Wii U Pro Controller battery is low now too. That's a rare occurrence. And I just want to say, folks, thank you for tuning in. I wish everybody the best. I wish everybody the best. Anybody out there, I just wish peace and tranquility. And that's been a really great, just under 2.5 hours, or 2 hours and 20 minutes. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and yeah, have a good one. Thank you. I'll be back soon with something. We'll see. There's always something cooking.